everyone. So today I have my empties for the month of April here. So yeah, I've got quite a few things, some makeup, some body care, all sorts of stuff. Alright, so makeup wise, I finished quite a few products this month. The first two that I finished this month, well, they're not actually done, they just are, well, they're pretty much done, but they kind of went bad too. They are my brow gels. So this is the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. I think there's still a little bit of product, but not much, and the smells kind of changed, so it's time for that one to go. And then this one is the Anastasia Tinted Brow Gel in the shade Blonde, which I really liked, and definitely want to get another one. Again, this one's not completely done, but I did use quite a bit of it, but the smell has changed. So I did finish up a primer. This is the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer, the original one. I like this kind of a primer more in the winter, but now I'm finding in the spring and summer it's making me a little bit too shiny in places, so I don't think I'll be continuing using too many primers like this in the summer. However, I do really like them in the winter. It does smooth out my skin. I get texture on my skin, you know, like little bumps and things like that, and this really helps smooth it out so my foundation goes on well, or if you have any dry spots, this can really help smooth over those so that your foundation doesn't cling to them. So I do like this product. I won't buy the Smashbox one. I really like the Bare Minerals one, and I really like the Palladio one. So those will be the two that I stick to, but I like a silicone primer like this. I also finished up an eye primer. This is the Balm Put a Lid on It eyeshadow primer. I don't have oily eyelids. I just use an eyeshadow primer every single day. One, because it's habit, and two, just because I like my eyeshadow to stay in place, you know, and all that, but it doesn't, my eyeshadow will crease sometimes if I don't use a primer, but it doesn't go crazy or anything like that. So this was a really nice primer. I like the consistency. It was kind of more of a gel cream. It wasn't too thick. So I did like this. I probably won't purchase it again, but if it came with like a palette that I bought or something like that, I'd be okay with it, and I'd definitely use it. But so I finished that one up. I finished up a cream shadow stick. This came from a Petit Vour box. This is the Au Naturel eyeshadow stick in the shade Palma, which is, I can just get a swatch. It's a nice gold shade. I really like this. I would just swipe this all over my eyelids if I wanted a quick look, or I would use this as a base and put some colors, like shimmery colors from my Lorac Pro on top. So this is a really nice product. I wouldn't repurchase it just because the full size actually comes in a pot, and I really like it in a stick. But I have other things like it that I'll just stick to. So this was nice, but I won't repurchase. And then just today I finished two products. So this is the Mally Poreless Face Defender. I've been using it a little bit less here in the winter, the last month or so, but now I'm starting to use it a little bit more because I get a little bit more shiny in my chin and nose. But this is a really nice product. I will forever buy this. I know that there's things that claim to be dupes, but they're not dupes. I've tried majority of them. So this is my favorite product in the whole world. It's just a clear balm, and then you use like a sponge and you just blot it on. You can use it underneath your makeup or over your makeup. I use it both ways. I really like it and definitely would repurchase again. And then I finished up the Urban Decay Perversion Mascara. This is just a little mini size I got. And the brush is kind of nice. I like that it's like a really fluffy one, you know? It kind of reminds me of the texture of the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, that really fluffy brush. It's shaped differently, but it reminds me of that brush. I did like this, that it was nice. I probably wouldn't shell out for this though, just because I don't feel the need, but if I got another sample or it came in a kit, I'd be really happy to have it again. So this was good, but not good enough for me to go buy, if that makes sense. So that is all the makeup, but kind of makeup related. These were the Fresh Citrus Deep Cleansing Wipes from Beauty Essential, I guess. I don't know. These were from TJ Maxx. It was a 60 count, and they smelled like citrus, which was really nice. I didn't really care for these. I mean, they worked. I only used them for swatches. I didn't use them on my face, but I probably wouldn't repurchase these again. I have some others right now, but it was worth a shot. You know, it was like, I think $2 maybe. No, it was $4 for 60, so it was alright, but I wouldn't repurchase them. I don't even know if I could find them again. So I finished up a deodorant. This is the Secret Clinical Strength in the Smooth Solid, and it's the Stress Response. This one smells like peaches. I really like that smell. I don't know. I really like the Secret Clinical Strength formula. However, I think that the Smooth Solids kind of don't really work that well for me. I think a normal solid would work better for me. So I'm just trying to finish up the deodorants I have, because I did buy a couple of these, and then I'm going to go try some other deodorants. So if you have one that you really like that wears long, I don't like smell really, I just kind of sweat a lot. Like I need the wetness protection, you know? So if you have one that you like, let me know what it is and I will check it out or look into it anyway. But this is alright. I probably will look into this again, except like the solid formula, just because I like that better. But this was nice, and I loved the smell of that. This is super old, and I just finished up because there's, you know, that much in it. This is the True Blue Spa Beach Sand Malibu Beach Pedicure Foot Scrub. So it came in a little container like this. This was nice. It did actually mimic the texture of like a wet sand, which was kind of cool. It did smell nice, and it's just a scrub that you would use like on your feet. You could also use it on your body too, I suppose. But I wouldn't repurchase this. I don't really feel like I have a need for it. But it was nice, and I'm glad it was just kind of sitting around with, like I said, a little bit of product, so I'm glad I could finish it up. Speaking of scrubs, I finished up the Tree Hut Shea Sugar Scrub. This is the Passion Fruit and Guava. This one smelled pretty nice. These are my favorite scrubs just because they're fairly inexpensive and I can find them at Ulta. And I just kind of stock up when they're on sale because why not? So I do really like these. I get them in all sorts of different scents. I don't like the nutty scents, but I love all of the fruity scents. So this is nice, and my go-to scrub. I use my scrub on my legs right before I shave. I find that helps me get a closer shave. I also have been having problems like shaving my armpits, like I get razor burn there, which is really weird, but I found that if I like exfoliated my armpits and then used a moisturizing shave cream, I didn't get them anymore, so that's kind of my little go-to secret. So I always like to have one of these in the shower with me. And the shave cream that I have been using for a while, this is the EOS Shave Cream in Vanilla Bliss. So this one I just finished up, and I had a backup of the vanilla one that I just put in my shower. I really love the shave cream. However, EOS is no longer cruelty free, so I'm just going to finish up the one I have, and then I have a passion fruit or a fruity one as well that I need to finish up, and that one's probably halfway. So I'm going to finish those ones up and then look for another shave cream. I prefer cream over a gel just because my skin tends to lean. It's normal, but it leans a little bit more dry, so a gel really sucks out the moisture of my skin. So really like this. However, after I finish up the ones I have, I won't be repurchasing. I have a body lotion. This is the Bath & Body Works Country Chic Body Lotion. So I finished this one up. This is a full size. I'm trying to get through my Bath & Body Works body care products, the shower gels and the lotions this year, just because I've, ready to move on from them and use other things that are better for your skin and just, I don't know, better overall. So I use this one up. I put lotion on my arms and my legs every single night before I go to bed. Well, I'm trying to make sure it's every single night, but really did like this. I mean, it is an okay body lotion, but I won't be repurchasing them anytime soon. And then I also have a candle from Bath & Body Works. This is the Caribbean Escape. This smelled really nice. I did find that the scent was different at the top of the candle than the bottom. When we were burning through it, like during the first couple times I burnt it, it smelled really nice and everything like that. But then it would get further and the scent was just different, and I don't really know why or how to explain it, but I love these Bath & Body Works candles, so I've never had that problem before. I usually, they burn evenly for me. I've never really had a problem, so let me know if that's ever happened to you. But I really liked the scent that was at the top. The bottom, it just smells like, I don't even know, like it still smells kind of sweet, but not as much as it did at the top, I guess. So anyway, this also could have just been sitting in the closet for too long. Possibility. So I used that up, and then my last item I used up is the Zoya Remove Plus Nail Polish Remover. This is my favorite nail polish remover of life. I will always rebuy this. I'm actually going to keep this bottle, and I have another bottle going right now. And then I'm just going to buy the refill off of the website, and it's just a big refill, and then you can pour it back in, and that's what I'm going to do. But I love this. I love the cap and the whole thing, so definitely check this out if you're looking for a great nail polish remover. It doesn't leave my nails feeling dry, gets rid of almost all the staining unless I've been wearing a really dark color. I just really like it, and it does last me quite a while, so use that one up. Those are all the empties for the month of April. Let me know if you've used up any of those things before and what your thoughts are. Let me know what you've used up. I love using things up and sharing with you guys. Empties are probably one of my favorite videos to watch here on YouTube just because you get to see such a wide range of products in one video, and get a good review. So yeah, let me know what you've been using up, and I will see you guys in my next video.